Hi, welcome to Core Lesson 3. We're on Lesson 3 and we're learning about the Native Americans. This is the page that we talked about yesterday. Now I'm going to show you this map. Remember, a map is something that shows us where land is and how to get different places. Okay. A plain is a large area of flat land with lots of grass, but not very many trees. So the Native American tribes liked to live in the Great Plains a long time ago. One of these tribes was known as the Sioux tribe. The Sioux tribe is what we are going to learn about today. Do you know what this animal is? This is a buffalo. Buffalo are large animals and they're wild and they're stronger than horses. Long ago, buffaloes roamed amongst the Great Plains. The buffaloes were an important part of the Sioux tribe for many reasons. Let's find out why. It feels like an earthquake. A herd of buffaloes thunders by, hoofs crashing. The earth trembles. With heads down, horns thrust forward, and eyes glaring, these beasts are mad and dangerous. Into their midst charges a group of brave Sioux warriors on horseback. Each man has a spear or an arrow ready. He will shoot as soon as he gets a bow's length away, almost close enough to reach out and touch the animal. Both of the hunter's hands are busy with his weapons, and he clings to the galloping horse by the strength of his legs muscles alone. Here they are, is a herd of buffaloes. Sioux hunters shot and killed only as many buffaloes as they needed so that they could have food, clothes, shelter, and tools. Sharing with others was very important to the Sioux tribe. That's the people. That's the group of people. The buffalo killed during the hunt were divided among everyone in the tribe, including people who were too old or too sick to hunt for themselves. To have a successful buffalo hunt, both men and horses had to be well trained. It took months of hard work to get a horse ready. The horse needed courage and speed to run through a rushing herd of buffalo, coming face to face with a stomping, steam-breathing, hairy beast. Horses were trained to stop immediately at the nudge of the rider's knees. Not every horse was brave and fast enough to be chosen for the hunt. Not every boy was brave and fast enough to be chosen for the hunt either. Boys began training for buffalo hunts at a really young age. They learned to ride well by the time they were 5 years old. 5 years old? Some of you guys are older than 5 years old. Can you imagine going out and riding on this horse at 5 years old? They learned to ride well. They held the riding contest to see who could ride the fastest, jump the highest, shoot the straightest. The winners were allowed to ride with the scouts who searched for buffalo herds before the hunt. Boys needed lots of practice shooting at moving targets. They learned to be quick by playing games with hoops and poles. Round hoops made from bent branches and covered with rawhide were rolled along the ground. As the hoops spun down the hillside with buffalo speed, boys aimed their poles through the center of the hoops. Who remembers what was wrapped around the hoops that the boy used for target practice? It was something called rawhide. Rawhide is the tough, hard leather made from the buffalo's hide or skin. Rawhide was used by the Sioux for many things. The Sioux made drums, rattles, buckets, ropes from rawhide. Boiled rawhide was even used to make special glue. The buffalo gave the Sioux almost everything they needed for life on the Great Plains. Can you think of other things the Sioux might have needed that they could make from buffalo hide? Rawhide was pretty tough, but the Sioux discovered ways to soften hides, turning them into soft leather with many more uses. From this soft leather, the Sioux made moccasins, cradles, winter robes, bedding, shirts and dresses, pouches, and dolls. The Sioux men often painted beautiful designs or pictures on this leather. Sometimes they used the leather as a calendar to record all of their events. The bones of the buffalo were made into knives, arrowheads, shovels, scrapers, and paintbrush handles. The horns were used for cups, spoons, ladles, and toys. A part of the buffalo's muscle was used as thread for stringing bows and arrows. The hair was used for the headdresses, pillows, ropes, and ornaments. So many uses from the buffalo. Weren't those Sioux people clever? Think of all the ways they used every part of the buffalo. Nothing was wasted. Even the buffalo meat lasted long after the hunt. The Sioux often made stew with the fresh meat. They also dried buffalo meat to eat in the winter months when food was harder to find. The Sioux pounded this dry meat and mixed it with buffalo fat to make a tasty snack called pemmican. They used every part of the buffalo. For the Sioux, the buffalo was sacred. That means it was very special. The Sioux said special prayers to the animal before hunting and killing them. Every year they performed a special ceremony, the buffalo dance, at the start of the summer buffalo hunting season. The buffalo dance ceremony is something the Sioux still perform today. All right, so we learned more about the Sioux Indian tribe and how they used the buffalo to help them survive. The buffalo was really important because it was a big animal, so it had lots of parts that could help the Sioux Indian tribe survive. So they used the skin for the leather, for the moccasins. They used the meat for eating and dinner, and they made it into like jerky and things like that. But then they also used the different parts, the bones, for tools. So they really had to think really hard how they would use this animal to help them survive. Do you think they went out and just were hunting for fun and they just shot the animal and then left it there? No, they really thought that the animal was sacred or special and that they were using it to help them survive. Right? So, because remember, they don't have stores they couldn't go to. They couldn't go buy shoes at the store. They had to figure out ways to make their own shoes. They're such smart people. All right, let's see what happens next time.